Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Where are we? Well, we're heading into the old town of Paphos, and it's a bit of a mess at the moment because there's a few roads dug up here and a few roads dug up there. So we're going to try and wiggle and waggle our way through, and we're on our way to Clorica. What are we going to Clorica for? Well, we're going to go and visit a jeweller's shop, and I've got a balaclava in my pocket and a pickaxe, so that's where we're going. Just over yonder now on the right hand side there, look at that, that's the new Paphos bus terminal, and it is coming along nicely, but it's not open yet, Mr. Viking Ronnie. So stick with us as we keep wiggling and waggling. Now we're deep inside the old town, and as you can see there's renovations going on pretty much everywhere. The whole of the old town is being rejuvenated, and it's being rejuvenated rather nicely, if you want my opinion. Now let's go and have a look and see what's going on the breakfast crew. The girls are in charge. We've got Miss Vivian and of course we've got Miss Nessie, and they are raring to go. We've got the twins, Double Trouble, Sir Jeremy, Sir Simon, although they are now lords, although Dame Anne, who's sitting there on the sofa, is deliberating with her two Ronnies. That's Viking Ronnie and of course the man in charge of law and order, that is Ronnie Miller, whether to demote them and perhaps whether to call in the head removal services, because they don't seem to be working very hard. You've got Mr. Allen over there on his treadmill constantly complaining that he's not getting his cupcake on time. You got Sally Briers peddling the life out of her bike as she watches Marika and me, and again she's starting to complain that she's not getting her cup of chai just on time. And even the dame is saying that to be honest, her tea in the bone china cup and saucer is not getting delivered on time, so she is pondering on whether to remove their heads. Anyway, where are we? Heading into the old town. The road surface around here are not too bad, so so sweet Lady Caroline, you don't need the memory foam cushion just yet, but if I was you, I'd pour a glass of the amber nectar for Lord Nigel Big Guns, because as we start our descent, well, the roads will start to deteriorate as our speed gathers, shall we say. So here we are. This is the old town, and it's not very busy, although there is a bit of a channel of traffic in front of us, as you can see, because it goes into a one-way system down the bottom, and there's a bit of roadworks going on and those sorts of things. Now if you're wondering what time of year it is, dawn, Mr. Sean, Daisy the cat, all the way from Cyprus, who now resides in Derbyshire, and of course her little furry friend called Bobo the dog, well, it's about 18 degrees and the sun is shining. That sky is blue, the sea is blue. Mr. Paul is dressed head to toe in blue. All it's actually missing, of course, is you. Get yourself on a big bird or a canoe and start paddling like crazy, because Cyprus is quite simply waiting for you. Now if you look very carefully now, just over there through the trees, you can see the blueness, and it truly is blue. It feels like summer, by the way. It's absolutely spectacular. We certainly have entered spring, and I think that summer is going to come that little bit early today. And so stick with us as we, well, wiggle and waggle our way through these little roads and the built up of traffic in this area, shall we say. But slowly but surely we're going to get through, and we're going to get down to the main tomb of the King's Avenue, and we're going to start our descent off to Clorica. So that's where we're going. So I want to say a big thank you to some of the people that are supporting the channel. We've got the Star, you know, that is the one and only Anna Star, all the way in Poland. She likes to help us out and buy us a coffee or two. We've got Lubika, a wonderful lady, originally from Slovakia, who now lives in downtown Warwickshire in the UK. And we wish you all the luck in the world, Lubika, with your driving lessons, and we are sure that you will pass first time, and we're sure that you will be a fantastic driver indeed. These two young girls playing with the cats. Here we are. It's a bit of a dangerous little junction here, to be honest, and then there's some bushes and trees that make it even that little bit more complicated. There we are. Not a very good father there, but there we go. Luckily my reactions are pretty quick. We could have had a dead young lady. He's now shouting at her in the mirror, I can see. Anyway, there we are. What can you say? Now, over there, that is the blue Mediterranean Sea, and that's where we're heading towards. and of course that is the Tomb of the Kings area. And as you can see, the road surface has, well, what can we say, Sherlock Holmes, that's the best words to describe it. Absolutely atrocious. Even a Land Cruiser with airmatic suspension cannot iron out the creases in this road, that is for sure. So here we go, we're going to wiggle now, and we're going to wiggle to the left, and at the end of this road we'll come to a roundabout, and at that roundabout we'll be at the Tomb of the Kings. And we're going to take a right, and we're going to head out towards downtown Clorica Village. That's where we're going. So some more shout outs, some more thank yous. Ian Crawford, that's Ian the Butcher with his beautiful partner in crime, Miss Beverly, all the way out in Frodsham. Again, we thank you for your contributions to the channel, we really, really do. And the list goes on and on, by the way. We've got Lynn and Angie, thank you very, very much. We've got Peter Tissot, again, thank you. John, Louise, known as the Barnhawks, we're still, well, frantically drinking your coffees because you're buying us too many, shall we say. Richard and Julie, and of course my friend Leo, again, thank you. Sean Broad, thank you. And if you're wondering how you can contribute to the channel, how you can support the channel and help us to continue to make these videos, all you have to do is click through to our About page, where you will find the Buy Me a Coffee icon. If you click on that, and you can go through and buy us a coffee or two, or as many as you wish, entirely up to you. And let us know, and of course you will be appearing on the Breakfast Crew sofa very, very soon indeed. So here we are now on the Tomb of the Kings Avenue, and I warn everyone on this road, it looks very tempting to put your foot down, but more often than not, on either side of the road up here, the boys in blue are quite simply waiting for you. And they always look sad. They've always got a cigarette in one hand and a frappe in the other. At this time of year, they've got their furry flip-flops on because it's still a bit chilly for the locals. But when they catch you, oh my goodness, they start to chuchka dance down the Tomb of the Kings Avenue, kissing and hugging and celebrating as they zap your credit card and give you a nice little infringement. So, take your foot off the gas, Mr. Andrew, and drive nice and slowly. Talking about YouTube stars, we've got Andrew and Marth. They were in Paphos last week with us, and we had a great time, and many people have watched the video with them in, and they understand that they are superstars beyond superstars. This summer they're going to Rhodes, but of course next year they're going to come back and chuchka dance the Cape Paphos Promenade with us, that's for sure. Other YouTube stars, well, we've got Ness and Andrew. So Andrew and Mart, Ness and Andrew, if you understand me, that's two total different channels. And Andrew and Mart are wiggling and waggling in the, well, lanes of Norfolk and Norwich capital city. So if you want to go and watch that, go and have a look. And of course Nessie and Andrew, so that's Ness and Andy's Travels UK. They are wiggling and waggling the North Shropshire lanes, and now and again Ness wants to practice her Welsh, so they cross over into the Welsh borders. There we go. Now the other day they were up in Church Stretton, and they went to the Long Mead, which is a fascinating place, by the way. And I remember as a young boy we used to hang out down there, and we used to stay in Church Stretton, and we used to hang out at a farm in Craven Arms. Most summers that's where I would go for my summer holidays with my grandparents, and it was a great place to go. Fond memories of the area. Beautiful area, by the way. Really beautiful area. So what's coming up there? King Eliathan Hotel. Now the last time some of our superstars came into town, and those superstars are, well, King James, Queen Kyrene, and the one and only Princess Darling. They stayed in that hotel. We call it the King Elephant Hotel as a bit of a joke, because my pronunciation is absolutely Sherlock Holmes. But anyway, that's where Darlie and her mum and dad hung out, and they had a great holiday. And guess what? They're coming back again this summer. So we're going to dance the Chuchka with the Princess Darlie, that's for sure. Arm in arm down the Cape Paphos Promenade, and she's going to bring a great smile to our face. And probably she will be wearing a Marika and Me t-shirt and a Marika and Me baseball cap, because her dad is making us one or two. So look out for that video coming in about 2 or 3 months, I would say. There's a lot of people coming to Paphos, and if you want to bump into us, it's very easy. Drop it in the comments and we'll come and find you, because we want to meet as many people as we possibly can, and we want to spread the love. It's simple as that. So where are we now? We're heading rapidly towards the crossroads where the village and the lower part of Clorica converge. So at these crossroads coming up down here, if you were to take a left, you would go straight down to the St George Hotel, and if you take a right, you'd go straight up into Clorica Village. If you want a nice coffee, by the way, that's the Coffee Me coffee shop on the left hand side. So if you happen to be staying in this area, there's plenty of shops, there's hairdressers, there's pharmacies, there's souvenir shops, there's even a home security shop. There we go, anything you could possibly want. And just over there now is the Leonardo Lara, sorry, my pronunciation is Sherlock Holmes, as you may have noticed, and it's the Beach and Splash Resort. Looks like a very, very nice hotel. We've not stormed that reception yet because no one has told us that they're going to stay there. So if you are, drop it in the comments, give us your names, tell us when you're coming, and guess what? We'll go and stick our noses in there and see if we can get ourselves thrown out. Now, look at that sky. Absolutely spectacular. Wherever you're watching from, I think you've got to admit that Paphos is absolutely spectacular. We're in the 3rd week of February. The Day of Love is gone. But of course, this is the island of love, so every single day is pure, pure love. And there's many people coming out for weddings this summer season. We're starting to understand. There's 1 or 2 comments popping it in. There's 1 or 2 been married here in the past. So there's a lot of people with a lot of love stories to do with downtown Paphos, that's for sure. Sienna Restaurant there. You've got the Abyss Diving Centre. You've got the Papadom's Indian Restaurant on the right. And you've got a takeaway, which is David's Kebab Shop here. And now we're going to start our descent out towards Kasonaga. So it's time for me to say thanks for watching. If you like what you see, hit the like, click subscribe, and why not come back for a little bit more of my complete and utter madness. Thanks for watching. What a spectacular day it is. Takes your breath away.